Hi, this is Dave from Lemonade. This is just going to be a quick tutorial on how to make a poster. Um, we're going to make up some fictitious thing, to have a poster for. We're going to make it A3. It's a good size for a poster. Twice the size of an A4. Portrait. That's your little dimensions there. This is landscape or portrait. I'm saying things that I can see that you mightn't necessarily be picking up on, but A3, width of it 297, height that. So when you switch it around from landscape to portrait, that changes. We're going to be working in millimeters because that's what I like to work in. Okay, this is a CMYK document. The first thing we'll do is we look at our color palette. You can see what you're set up on. Okay, printers work off CMYK, screens work off RGB. So yeah, we've created a new document. First thing we're going to do is add in the text. So we're just going to press T or select the text tool. Just click it once there. And this is going to be a Duck Club. Our font here is Myriad Pro. It's what Illustrator opens up with, so it's kind of what I work with a lot. Let's switch it to bold condense just for a bit of variety. Wow. We're going to align it centrally to the text box itself. And you can see these little green lines that are just snapping to fit. So that green line is showing me this how it's aligning to the center point of the document. Kind of do this manually, you would align it with your alignment tools up along here, and that just snaps it in the middle. So then we're just going to kind of resize it with these, and something that kind of looks good. 190, a nice round number. So it's Duck Club. That's the title of it. So we're going to put in a little image. That's the chest poster. We ain't doing that. We've moved on. We're going to bring in our little rubber duck. I don't know what a duck club is. Somebody said we should do a poster for a book club, but I don't know. That doesn't sound interesting. And I didn't have any ideas right away, so I said, fuck it, it's a duck club. So what I did there is I created a new layer, and I locked this JPEG onto the bottom layer. I placed it in also. Will I explain that? Placing things just means that the file is linking it to where it is on your computer. When you paste or open a document with Illustrator, it's embedded in it. So if you're just working with JPEGs and stuff like that, it condenses the size of the file if you just place it in. Makes things easier to work with, and email and that kind of crack. So yeah, so we're just going to get our little pen tool. I'm going to make a little vector of our ducky. Kind of when you're doing a freeform pen tool, you kind of pick the points where you're going to make a curve. You'll see why it makes sense now in 1 second. So we're just going to get a basic outline. So anywhere where you're going to have to draw a curve, you click right in the middle of it, and that was wrong. So now we've got to the point where we've got to make our outline easier to see. So a nice black outline is kind of handy. So what I'm doing up here in this corner is changing the stroke and fill of my vector. So yeah, that's kind of a different section. I'm going to draw his mouth as a different entity probably. I'm just going to continue on. And do we need another one there? Another one there. Okay. So you can see that's one little vector all on its own. Holding down Shift and pressing C will give you your anchor point tool. That's in the drop down for your pen tool. So if you click on pen tool, and it says bling. You just hold down the left click and then just scroll down to anchor points. So I'm going to start with what you kind of do when you're outlining something is you do every second anchor point, and you get the kind of you get most of the work done with this. So it's a nice simple shape. It's a rubber duck. You know, I can't really think of a. Oh, I held down Alt there to copy that by accident, and then I press V, which is your selection tool, but sometimes will. It's also the shortcut for view up here, so you're going to see that pop up a lot. Don't blame me. So I'm just clicking on the point and then dragging, and you see you get these little arms. So just by manipulating that, I can kind of pretty much get any curve. Then to move the anchor point itself, you hold down Shift and you just click and drag. Okay, if you want to go back to straight lines, you just click on it once and let go. So you would probably have to mess around with that for a bit before you kind of, you know, get a feel for it. Me explaining it isn't really going to help too much. But you know what you got to do. You just got to go and do it yourself. So actually, normally when you're outlining something, it's a lot more complicated than a rubber duck. I think I chose good. For his eyes, they're just ovals. So you've got a circle tool here. So I'm just going to select that by pressing L. And we've done it once, so why bother doing it again? Drag this guy over. And we know we'll be able to squish this in until it's kind of the same thing. Got very not lifeless eyes. Actually, you know, a lot going on in these little injection molded rubber ducky eyes. I'd imagine they're injection molded. I'm gonna make these two little dots on here as well. When I'm resizing vectors, hold down Shift just to keep the orientation of it, like so. You know, if you click and drag it, it'll make it into an oval. Just undo that. Control Z to undo. Okay, so we'll work on the little mouthy bit. Pretty much the same thing. All the tracing. I think a lot of people probably do this with like a Wacom tablet or something fancy like that, but I'm just clicking around. Probably not the best way to do it either. I don't know. It just works. So until anybody convinces me otherwise, this is just the way you do it. And it works. I think I like it because there's so much control on it. So we'll just get all the main components for each little color, and we'll have the bulk of the ducky. And this little one here, that one's kind of going off the edge. When you're vectorizing things, you kind of gotta take a few little liberties. Okay, so that's that. Will we? Yeah, I'd say we can just go with that. It'll be the finest. Give him nice black eyes. So by doing this, I'm just kind of selecting a color with no path on it, so there's no outline. It's the best little ducky mouth color. That's a pretty good pick. The ink dropper tool, which is down here, eyedropper tool, it just kind of selects a color. So, you know, when you have a vector selected, like I can just go and pick the gray background. Ooh, that's kind of cool though. Little grey duck. Don't forget about the whites of his eyes. Two whites of his eyes. And I just want white, so I can just pick that. Um, so yeah, that's quite basic there. So what's handy is we can create just another layer. So we'll just copy this layer and paste it in place. So it's Control C, Control F is paste in place, Control V is paste anywhere. So I'll just show you. This is the thing that I pasted, but that's not exactly in line. So now I've got two layers of this yellow. So I'm just going to show you by changing one to 10 in the key value. So it's 10 darker. And then I'm going to snip this in a couple of areas just to create kind of like a shading, really. So we kind of know you'll have like a fat belly there. This might come up a bit here. Ooh, clicked on the other line by accident. So yeah. So I'm just kind of following that around the outline, and so I'm going to build in some shadowy effects. I wasn't as strict on myself as doing every second point on that, and you can see how you get kind of like ugly shapes. So maybe I can do this in one, and I'll just give a more natural curve. The more you mess around with it, the more weird it'll get, and you're not really following the lines as much. So you see how I kind of, for the inside shading, I kind of matched it up with every point that I have on the outside. This one needs a little extra one. Yeah, he's got a little bit of depth to our ducky, and his mouth as well. How does this go? So Control C, Control F, make it 10 darker. You can see that the values that we picked from the actual JPEG of the duck was a mess. So you can tidy those up. It's probably nice to have them at defined increments. But we'll forget about it for now. So same again, just snip and snip. So I have a lot more to fill in here. Let's just start by trying to get the basis of the outline done. And probably got something in here like ducky mouths. Now he's happy. The happy little ducky. He looks quite stupid, doesn't he? Yeah, you see, I went off road there, and does that even look right? No, it don't. No, it does not. So it's a nice little thing when you're working with a couple of different colors, is you can just build your own little palette. So what I like to do is somewhere convenient, you just kind of drag your little boxes here. So this is going to be our base color box. Then the next one, we will select this color, this one, and this one. And now I want to get a good look at the shape of the mouth, because I am not liking it right now. So yeah, so you can see we got the shading all kinds of wrong. This darkened area is a lot more complex, and I just ignored it. So we'll do it like that, and This might call for a third color, and we will match it up to here, and we get this kind of like faint smiley shape. That was way more complex. Definitely trying to get away with something there. So again, keep it as simple as possible. Let the spline do the work. I think they're still called splines, are they? I don't remember. Trace it up. Build something. So then every second one, you kind of complete the shape. So on the outside curves, you do most of the work, and then you come in and get the inside of the curve, and you match up the lines. Okay, so it looks like we will need another slightly darker ducky mouth color. We'll make that 20. So this is pretty much all the same color. You just work off the base one. And color them back in. So I'm just using the selection tool. Then pick an eye. So we want the base one. Eye. This one is the darkest. Oh, that's way better. And this is that. Hello, Ducky. He's got the weirdest lips. That's just fucking creepy. Why are you such a creepy little duck? You were fine like 2 seconds ago. Anyway, we'll go with them. Creepy little duck club. Duck club. And what does a duck club do? It, yeah. Okay, so we'll go back to our original layer. That layer was just to bring a little duck back home to layer 1. Go away, Una. I think we're done with that duck. We can just let him go. He's embarrassingly real compared to our duck. I think he needs another little bit of shade in here, just a touch. Might be the best, but it's a thing. Now, I'm just going to click and drag and just select all of the duck and press Ctrl G, which will group everything. So you can see the undo group, that's what I did. So you can group and ungroup. Right clicking does a lot of the functions. So have a mess around with them. Duck Club. What time would the Duck Club be on it? I'm just going to bring some text down here. And maybe might have like a little blue background for our duck to float on. Just do it at the back. Lovely blue. That blue. That blue. Yeah, that works. Duck Club. First rule of Duck Club is bring your own BYO duck. Bring your own duck. BYOD. And it's on at 7 p.m. Yeah? Does any of this making sense? BYOD. Bring your own duck. No, I think you gotta spell this out because it's a fictional thing. Bring your own duck. So you can see that we're just using some white text just because we've got to get down now. It's going to take a while to bring that down. Might do it manually. Bring your own duck. Duck Club, 7 p.m. Bring your own duck. What other information would you have on this? Bring your own duck. And prepare to get wet. What? Why am I writing this? That changed. That changed drastically in the last few seconds. Anyway, that's kind of the basics. Skimmed over a lot of stuff. It got really weird. That's a weird. We're just gonna save it there. Save as duck poster. You can save it as an AI file. You know, if you're going to be working on it on your own computer, stuff like that. But if you want to go get it printed or something like that, it let's save it as Duck Club poster. A3. Not £8, A3. Okay. So this is your little pop-up when you're saving PDF. High quality print, smaller size. This is all technical stuff. We won't bother getting into it now. We're going to save it with the... Nah, we won't save it with the bleeds on it. It's just the outside border there. We don't really need it. Save PDF. And that's your little poster there. So that was the thing we were working on before. Chess Club. Duck Club. There's a little preview of it there. A little Duck Club poster. Yeah, it's saved as a PDF. Okay. So yeah, let me know if that was of any use at all. Let me know what kind of tips or how to do things would be interested. Or if this was of any value at all. And I won't yawn next time. But yeah, good luck and thanks.